Okay, is it audible? Kritik and Prashant. Okay, so we'll start. So good morning, all. In a sense, okay. So this is my plan. Okay, my plan of anthropology is very simple. We will take. So first, I will tell the plan. Then we will start the class. Okay, the plan is to complete the portion or okay, the first point is to complete the portion. Civil services, we have to primarily think about that. So we'll today is September. Is it September? September, October, November, December. So by the time of by the time of December, we should be able to complete the syllabus. I'm saying the entire syllabus, the paper 1 and paper 2. This is the plan of the plan that we have in this batch. Okay, so not leaving any topic. And the second point is that topic wise we have to go. That is, whenever I discuss, for example, I'll discuss, this is the syllabus. I'll discuss like if you are able to see this. Okay, today our topic will be pre-Darwinian and Darwinian and post-Darwinian. If I say like that, the meaning is that I will go one topic at a time. Okay. Okay. So I will go one topic at a time. Okay, we'll follow this in a sense, but all the topics have to be covered like this. So one topic in anthropology, if it is there, we should cover each and every topic. We should not read chapter wise. Chapter wise is okay, but we should cover each topic. So I will be spending my class in this way only. So first I will explain the topic. Okay, first I will explain the topic. We will have a discussion on that. Then I will give you the notes. In the class itself, I will say where, which book you have to refer. So this is the logic that I am going to follow. For each topic, we have to repeat this several times. Okay, but this notes, we will have different kinds of notes because some notes I will dictate. Okay, some notes I will give you in maybe writing, some notes I will give you a PDF. So variations can be there. So it's not like, because if we dictate everything, it will get a little late. Okay, you are able to understand. The third point that I want you to check is in each class, okay, in each class, we will spend some time for, if I teach a topic, some previous year question and how to write that question we'll discuss in the last. Okay, but here is where you also have to help me. In a sense, you guys also have to read and you have to tell me that this question I am having a doubt. So can you discuss this question? If you put that question, I will be able to, whichever question, according to the syllabus. Okay, then we will have, for example, then we will have test, regular test we will have, but we will have section wise. That is, we will have kind of 10 tests placed in correct intervals. I'll finish some portion, I'll give the test for that. Then full portion test last only. Full portion test you don't have to worry about now. So this will be the pattern that we will follow for anthropology. First point, we have to complete the syllabus. First, that's why we have come to civil services. There is no point in delaying and going about. But one thing I will say, maybe see, according to the monsoon how it is, this may vary a little, because I do not know December how now the rainfall, how it is going to be, we cannot predict. But according to that, we will have a little change in the plan, but most probably all the important topics, 70 to 80% of the topics in UPSC anthropology syllabus, we have to complete it by this. Should be over, so that you can go to preliminary examination preparation without any delay. Then topic wise analysis we have to do. Accordingly, previous year question we will see, and the test will be regular in schedule. Any doubts in that? And okay, classes will be 2 classes. 2 classes in a week, Sunday and Saturday. Sunday and Saturday like this. Yesterday should have been the class, but yesterday was shut down in Anna Nagar, so it was so I have kept the class today. Every week we will have this. Okay. Any doubts as to anything else? We also see. Recorded classes can be accessed as and when you want. I have made an app-like format also. So I will try to upload in that also. We will upload the class as and when the class is happening. I'll try to put it in the app. I'll give you access. You can access it whenever you want. Or you can get the recorded video as and when you request her for the access. Okay, this is the plan. Any other thing that you want to know as to the plan that we are going to go in this? Any other doubts you have regarding previous year question or notes that you you wish to Prashant, is it clear? You asked about the notes. Is it clear the way that we are going to go? Prashant, is it?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. Any other doubts you have regarding the optional per se? So I'll go to the first topic today. This will be a demo topic, which I will try to tell you in a sense how I'm going to teach you. You have to get accustomed to the way I teach a subject, right? So we'll take this today. I'll give the notes for this next class. Okay, first we'll see the entirety of, you also see whether you like anthropology as a subject, whether it is interesting and things like that. Then next class I will give all the details as to maintain one note. Okay, maintain one note. Today also I will give you some snippets which you can take. You can go home and check who are these people and relevance for anthropology. Okay. Any doubts regarding the program? Chuma, if you have any doubts, because I will continue with the topic. உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது டவுட் இருக்கா? We can see. The point is that the beauty of anthropology is actually this is one subject we can complete the syllabus. Other subjects there is no possibility of having to complete the syllabus itself is difficult. Any option that you can check the option. That's why, and classes also 2 days is enough. 2 days in a week. Then the rest of the days you have to study. So not like 2 classes in a day. No. 2 days in a week. But I said this point you have to give me some leverage. See how the monsoon is going to be, I cannot predict. This is anthropology subject as well. Religion can predict. We cannot predict that. Okay. So you have to give me a leverage of what happens during the monsoon, then we can. But the point is, plot is maximum 4 months. 2 classes per week. If we go, we can complete it with the previous year question and tests also, I'm saying. Test discussion, question discussion. And the point is that this notes, see, I am a staunch believer in the fact that the notes are a very detrimental fact for students. But I know that certain things have to be given. Certain things, for example, some evidences recently they have found out, which I have to dictate and I will give you. Okay. And rest of the things maybe I will type and give you in a PDF format. You can have for one topic, we will have that format. Sharia? And anything else? And see, anthropology I was talking about. Understand this, in UPSC 3 things are very important. Option. This is the deciding factor. Actually, people don't say that. And there is no scoring option. If somebody is saying this option is scoring, they are actually lying. Okay, there is no scoring option. There cannot be any scoring option per se. There is an option where you can complete the syllabus. There is an option where you can understand the syllabus. There is an option where you can analyze and write a syllabus. But there will be giant options are there. Notes will not equate to the examination. You're able to follow. Here in anthropology, I have said, see, you know my name, la? I did not say this. Okay. Okay. My name, SivaRajaRajendran. So I have written 8 mains. This some may know, others may not. 8 mains and this 6 interviews is there. So in this 8 mains, 4 was anthropology. In this 4 only 3 interviews came. Okay, the 4 was anthropology. Because the point is that earlier options I was not able to complete the option itself. I used to study, but you have to complete. You get this idea. Anthropology, the possibility is that you can complete. You will have syllabuses like I'll show you. See, maybe as and when we will go, syllabuses like you see here, which you would have studied in your school. So, for example, in your school and all, 12th standard, if you had been in biology group, mostly if you are in biology group, no biology, no, commerce, okay, but others biology, bio, okay, bio, okay, others bio, so it's bio illanalum bhayapadavana, we can see. But this is a 12th standard portion. If you see, they would have the Mendelian genetics or something you would have studied, and in the so chromosomal aberration, Down syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, 12th standard we had as a portion. So we used to write it in biology as an either. All of these things are part of this infectious and non-infectious diseases, vitamin deficiency. Have you heard vitamin A deficiency? These are the portions which cover maximum of the syllabus. The syllabus where we are going to start today will be called as biological anthropology. From here, and here also you will have what is called as the religion, political organization. These are all interesting topics. Marriage, family, kinship. What is a marriage? What is a family? What is a relationship? Basic friendship. Now what? Everything we'll see. So I'm going to talk about today a concept called as, so this is the part, okay, this is the part which actually is a little what to say, anthropology, which I will start with. Okay, today I'm going to start with this point of do you see this human evolution? So this is kind of like common for all the subjects, geography, sociology, everything. They will have this subject, meaning, scope, development of anthropology. You will have it for political science, you will have it for pub art, you will have it for everything. So I'm going to start today here. Look at this, human evolution and emergence of human. This is the start. In this, theories of organic evolution are you able to see? Pre-Darwinian, Darwinian, post-Darwinian. I will tell you the story. So is it okay? This is how it will be. I'll say one topic, and that topic in the class we will discuss. Okay. Shall we see the topic today? So this is the topic I wanted to say. But today primarily we will discuss these things and notes next class. Okay. The topic is, what are the topics? And everybody should have that syllabus. Maybe next class when you come, I will print the syllabus and give you. Always what I teach, you should check it in the syllabus. The book for this is, or which I am going to refer is, So pre-Darwinian, Darwinian and post-Darwinian. Chapter name, I will say chapter 3, I think. Chapter 3 in Ember and Ember. There is also one more book called as these two books. I want you to buy it. Okay. Notes I will give you. Do not worry. I will dictate or give it in PDF. Don't worry about that. But chapter wise is what I will go. So third chapter is in Ember and Ember is what I'm going to discuss today. I will in the group I have a PDF I will post it, but I want you to buy the book. One book only for anthropology, one book and peanut. This also it is available in Amazon. You can actually check. Maybe I'll put the link for the book also in the group. Do not worry. So we'll see the topic. So today these are the topics. So by the end of the class, you should know what is by the end of the class, you should know what is evolution, what are the pre-Darwinian evolution, what is evolution? Primarily anthropology means evolution. So what is evolution? Then you should know what are all the theories before Darwin. You know, Charles Darwin was a person who is very principal in anthropology and biology as well. So he gave this idea that there is everything in life evolves. But Anna, there were people before him. So we need to know what are the theories. Then who was he, why he came up with this theory, what are the postulates of the theory and everything. Then so after he went back, after he died, what happened to that theory and what is the present status? If we know these things, you have understood what is the basics of anthropology and you have understood this. Look at it, 1.4 B. So like this, in each class, you have to underline whatever I am teaching and then go back, refer where I am teaching from and the notes that I said. Okay, shall we start with this? Okay, shall we start? So okay, it will be a discussion now, so you guys also can participate. In a sense, see, I saw in this Harvard review, okay, Harvard Business Review, there is an Instagram ID and an YouTube. There was a professor of anthropology. He said that the reason for depression in human beings right now, he was talking about recently, the video, maybe I'll post it in the group as well. The video has gone for 2 million views or something like that. So he was talking about why are we so depressed now? Why are we so depressed now? You understood the pattern that I am going to set? This today we'll talk about the topics. Okay, first class. This class I will also put it in the YouTube also, do not worry. The next class only I am going to tell these are the points, please note down these points, these are examination points. Today we are going to generally talk what is evolution, what are all the pre-Darwinian theories, Darwinian theories. You have to get a feel of the subject. So today we will have. So why are we depressed today? A lot. And I know that we are depressed a lot. No? I was born in a generation, it was pre-Darwinian, pre-1990. Actually, I was born in a generation where there was no mobile phone or nothing like that. So if I have to go to a friend's house, I will go to his house and I will knock the door and I will call him out. So today, how do we see friends? Today, are we seeing friends? You are able to follow. So if I see, we travel like in the cycle, we go for maybe for half an hour we spend and go to that place, knock on the door, and then the person comes out and then we talk to them and we have some chit chat and then come back. But Anna, do you know that today, see, 100 phone calls will come. I am starting. I'm going to start. Are you there? Are you free? You get this idea. The reason that he was saying in that video is that he's saying that we are not bored enough. You are able to follow? We are not bored enough. So we distract ourselves too much with so much of social media activity. Is it true? True or Ilya? Actually, it is true. In the traffic, I have seen 2 minutes, if the light is there, immediately they get the phone and they check the messages. In the traffic, I have seen, 2 minutes down. Traffic, you have to observe how is it going and things. Nothing. They'll just see, okay. Okay. Why are they doing that? Means you are not allowing your brain to actually be bored. Okay. Why am I saying it here is that he was saying that only when you are bored, you will start thinking what is the purpose in life? What is the meaning of this life? We do not want to get into the meaning of things and we just distract ourselves. Is it true or not? So once you keep on doing that, by one point you will be depressed because you have traveled and you will not be like, why am I? You will not even ask that question. You get this idea. If I am asking that question, immediately you will check some feed. Correct? He was saying that this is why the depression level is high. And we immediately, if we are depressed, today, if I want to distract myself, I'll upload a photo. I'll be checking how many likes. Okay, this many likes. Very good, very good. If like is not coming, I'll feel very guilty. Then I will put another photo so that they like me. Am I changing to the way that they want me to change, or am I the way that I am? I am changing to the way that the likes are going. You get this idea? So I'm changing myself. So this is the generation, or we talk about the self-independence. This is my life. I will rule my life. But we are not ruling. The algorithm is ruling. The algorithm teaches you dress this way. Then only you will have like. Why I was talking this is that if we are bored, then only you will start thinking about the meaning of life. Then only you will start thinking what is evolution. Or that's how it started. Human beings were bored. So they started, so when I am bored and sitting under a tree, I'll ask two questions. What am I going to do with my life? First point. Second, how did I come? Correct? No? This question was the predominant question of human beings for a very long time. In that, they came up with so many explanations. Okay, see, if I start thinking like that, I have to explain. One way or another, I have to prove how did I come. Meaning, I will say, okay, my meaning is to maybe do agriculture, feed my family, have children, or something like that. I will have a meaning of myself. But the second question is unanswerable. Where did I come from? So I'll see my grandfather, I'll see my grandmother. Then where did they come from? Where did they come from? I'll keep on going. If you find the answer to that, that is what is meaning, scope, and development of anthropology. What is anthropology is that the study that humans made when they started and when they were bored. Okay, you imagine yourself some 50,000 years ago when no internet is there, nothing is there, no mall is there, no movie is there. What do you do to distract yourself? Morning you wake up, there will not be any buildings and things like that. There will be people surrounding you. We wake up, maybe you have some breakfast or something. Then what you do? Play with friends. Then how long will you? Maybe cricket will play. But at one point you have to sit down. At one point you have to see the moon. At one point you have to lie down and think, why did we come? If we find answer to that, we will know what is the meaning of anthropology. But the point is that before, but the point is, this is what is pre-Darwinian. So earlier versions were mostly in religion, mostly philosophical, mostly were like observations that you think that, okay, this is how I came. For example, see, these and all I'll give as points. Do not worry. Okay, I'll give as points. This you should have. Okay, what and all point I have to have. So the first is actually so religion gave us an answer. For example, I'll tell you, there was a person called as, I may have spelled the name of the person wrong, an Archbishop of Ireland. Ireland, do you know? UK, Ireland. So Archbishop of Ireland comes up with this concept of Archbishop, the bishop of a church. Okay, there will be a church and you have a bishops there. So he comes up with this point that we evolved from this point, 4004 BC. He's saying, how is he saying now? Because he's saying that the Bible is saying. You get this idea? Religion teaches us the fact. You know how many people believe in this today? Today, so many people believe in this, that the world evolved or started from the time of, the Bible or the religious books. So, for example, not only this, have you heard about this? Upanishads, have you heard about? Upanishads are our, India's philosophical treatise. There are so many Upanishads. In that, there is an Upanishad saying that, like, for example, in Bible, the first chapter is Genesis. What it says? No? Genesis, Old Testament, do you know? Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve story, do you know? It starts with saying that there is nothing. Then God came, then came the light, then came the water, then came the plant, then came the animal, then came the man. From the man came the woman. This is the first chapter. The first chapter of Bible, Genesis, says that this is evolution. What came first? God came, then God gives light, then God gives day and night, then God gives water. This is, you check that. Bible oda first chapter, Genesis oda chapter. Okay, like that, Upanishad also gives us this idea that there was a man, he wakes up, he sees that he's alone, then he creates his own image, that becomes a woman. Then all the things in the world started evolving. China has yin and yang. There is a concept called as yin and yang. Same philosophy as Upanishad. Same. They talk about the stuff, nothing is there, suddenly something comes, then one part becomes heaven, one part becomes hell, and the humans are born, something like that. What I am trying to say is that, what are they doing? See, we have a chapter called as religion. So religion, there are so many religions in the world. What are the religions in the world? Major religions: Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, Sikh, all these religions. What are all these religions? See, and one more thing, this is anthropology. I will say blasphemous, do you know blasphemous? Blasphemous religious text against, I will say, this is academic. I cannot see. Anthropologists have to decipher that. For example, if I accept the fact of Usher saying that 4004 BC, 4004 BC, he is saying that we evolved 7,000 years ago. Bishop, it's like you have district administration. You have a prime minister, you have the chief minister, then you have the collectors. So bishop is like you will have regional kingdoms, regional areas. So the Pope is the head. The Pope will appoint the bishops. Okay, but they are very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. See, again, okay, one more thing. I'll make this clear. First classly, I'll make this clear. I don't have religion. I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in caste. I don't believe in gender. I don't believe in hierarchy. And like IAS, IPS, I don't believe in that stuff. Maybe that's why I did not clear. Okay, you have to believe in something. You have to believe the fact that, okay, I am an IAS. IAS ka entry. என்ன பண்றீங்க நீங்க? You've seen that, the concept of IAS ka entry. It's an examination. If you start doing what the IPS girl, women officer, I forgot her name. What is the name? Pune la. Pooja, his name? No. 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 The women officer who actually confronted the deputy CM of Maharashtra. If you start doing that, I'll start respecting. But we cannot respect somebody just because they cleared an exam. You get this idea? So I don't believe in religion. So I will say all the religion. If I say Bible, I will also say some other. This is our syllabus. Okay, academica da I will talk. எனக்கு வேற பயமா இருக்கும். Sometimes I say something and they will be like, why are you telling only our religion? No, I'm not like that. Okay, so the point is that why I was saying this Upanishad. Religion na what? So adan இது academic. So blasphemous da I can talk. I cannot talk in terms of what the world அண்ணாமலை சொல்ற மாதிரி என்னால ரிலிஜியன் தான் இது ஆழ்வார் பூமிலாம் என்னால சொல்ல முடியாது, which is not true. That they say for their own purpose. So what is religion? ஏங்க believers believe in something. What is the difference between sociology and anthropology is that we have this concept. See here, we have to think about the relationship that it has with other social sciences also. Social sciences is actually, you will have it for sociology also. So what is, you have option sociology la? So they also have religion as a topic. So what is the difference between anthropology and sociology? I will today say, don't worry, I'm just asking you. Okay. Human's perspective to the religion. Very good. In a sense, in anthropology, we will start looking at the purpose or why it came. Evolution. But they will study religion, from the perspective of humans. That is, religion is Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism. What is it doing to the society? How is it integrating the nation? Their syllabus is that. Our syllabus is, what is the religion? What are the psychological or functional aspects of evolution of religion? So why do you think that humans evolved this concept of religion? In this perspective now I'm asking. First, see, you think about our brain. See, this is like, okay, this is our brain. Our brain is like, I do not know other animals have this brain, but they have not evolved themselves this curiosity or inquisitiveness of the world. That is primarily because they are spending their life as it is. So they will spend their life as it is. But our neurons have evolved in a way that we are the first species of this universe, made of this universe, trying to decipher what is this universe. No other species wants to. Do you think that dogs want to know why we came? We only came with that. For that, we have so many streams. Science is one stream. Science tries to what? Do what? The same thing. It tries to answer what is, why do we came? Why are we here? Same religion also comes. Magic also comes. Philosophy, do you know? Philosophy also comes. All these things are trying to answer the meaning of why we came. That is because this brain is very, very scared. You think about it, when we are born, அது கரெக்ட் தானே. See, you have ஒரு பாயிண்ட் புரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. I'll say this. இப்போ சில்ட்ரன் இருக்காங்கல்ல, அதாவது வெரி ஸ்மால் கிட்ஸ், maybe less than 6 months, let us assume. I do not know whether you observed this. See, if I am standing here and I go here and hide, you guys will know there is a barrier and there is something that is hiding me, but they do not know. They will be perplexed. I was standing here, where that person is. You are able to follow? I am saying that the child has to know the cause of something. The brain has to know the cause of things. That's how our brain operates. As we grow up, see, for the child, how I disappeared is the question. For as you grow up, you will start having questions like, what is my life? Am I going to clear UPSC? Is anthropology a correct subject? Is my life going in the correct direction? Am I preparing well? These questions, can it be answered? Is anthropology a correct option? Today I can answer. But is my life going in the correct direction? Can you answer it? Can anyone answer it? So for example, students sometimes come and ask me, sir, whether I will clear this exam. You are able to understand? So who is to answer this question? Religion will answer. You go, so what do they say? If you are scared, no, God will be there. Yamirika Bayamen. God is the shepherd who directs the people into a flock. This is Jesus Christ. Islam same now. All the gods are there to assure you that do not worry. இப்போ நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா வெளியே இப்போ நீங்க யாம் இருக்க பயமேன்னு இருக்கு தெரியுமா? முருகர் இல்ல யாம் இருக்க பயமேன்னு தான். அதுக்கு அர்த்தம் என்னன்னா every god wants to come to you for protection. So the same point, upon God becomes or religion becomes such a potent force. So whatever is information seeps through it, we will believe that. So the pre-Darwinians used to believe this fact of religion. Correct? Ipo enna religion started at this point to make you calm. Na solra ena without an answer, cause illama your brain will not shut down. You have to tell. Ipo for example, students sometimes ask me this. Na ketirken na sollirken nenikiren. They keep on asking this question of why didn't you clear? First ipo illa. First la when I used to take class, நீங்க ஏன் கிளியர் பண்ணலன்னு என்ன கேட்பாங்க. பதிலே தெரியாது. I swear I do not know why didn't I clear. இப்போ பதில் தெரியலனா you will be in utter chaos. Utter chaos. I was in utter chaos. ஏன்னா அதுக்கு பதில் தேடிட்டே இருந்தேன். You know why it did not happen? Because see, this meant இந்த எக்ஸாம் ரொம்ப பெரிய இந்த பண்ற அதான் சொல்றேன்ல இந்த பில்ட் அப் பண்ற அளவுக்கு கிடையாது. It's a simple exam. It's for a job. Okay, it's for a job. Syllabus இருக்கு. You read the syllabus, it will come. சும்மா அந்த இதெல்லாம் இருக்குல்ல அந்த படம்லாம் it's actually false. But ஆனா I could not answer their questions. I would be very chaotic. See, that's how my health and all went அந்த ஒரு பாயிண்ட்ல. But now I know the answer. Why didn't I clear? To make others clear. எப்படி நல்லா இல்லையா? இது யார் சொன்னா? கடவுள் சொன்னார். இது எனக்கு யார் சொன்னா? எங்க அப்பா சொன்னார். ஓகே, கடவுள் வந்து அவர் கனவுல சொன்னாராம். You get this idea? He has now come to a conclusion that for God has destined me to some, he is happy now. Chaotic alla. I am also thinking like நான் அன்னைக்கு அதனால தான் சொன்னேன் தெரியுமா, first he asked this question. first நாளே பயமுறுத்தி விட்டேன். யூனிவர்ஸ் வந்து அன்னைக்கு நீங்க கேட்டீங்கல்ல, யூனிவர்ஸ் வந்து நீங்க என்ன கேட்டீங்க? மேனிஃபெஸ்டேஷனா இது? if we think about, நான் நேத்து பார்த்தேங்க, if we think about some manifestation, அதான் நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ்லயே பாவம் அதை சொல்லிட்டேன். மேனிஃபெஸ்டேஷன் இருக்குல்ல, if we think about something and we start about thinking about, writing about, journaling about, the universe listens. The universe is not listening. The universe is not listening. Your brain cells are listening. Manifestation or meaning என்னன்னா, once you start thinking about something, it becomes your neurons. Once it becomes your neurons, nobody can control it. விஜய் சொல்றது கரெக்ட் தான். ஒரு தடவை நான் முடிவு பண்ணிட்டேன்னா என் பேச்ச நானே கேட்க மாட்டேன்றது உண்மை. Once it becomes your neurons, அதுதான் manifestation. ஆனா universe does not have any say. யூனிவர்ஸ்க்கு இப்ப நம்ம போறோம், the laws of the universe are same for you and me. It is a very unbiased participant in all this. It can destroy species in seconds. You get this idea? So it does, other than I mean mana, சரியா? But the point is that religion comes in the pre-Darwinian. அதான் Darwin is a evolutionary theory. ஆனா pre-Darwinianல religion was very very primary. And the religion தான் dictated. And every religion has a story which gives you the cause and effect of why we came. Hindu religionல இருக்கு, Christianityல அதான் first chapter is evolution. Islam also, Islam இருக்குல்ல, Islam follows first there is Bible la வந்து Old Testament, New Testament இருக்கு. Do you know that? Bible இருக்குல்ல, Old Testament இருக்கு, New Testament இருக்கு. Islam follows Old Testament. They also believe Abraham. They also believe that they have come from the same thing. இது Abrahamic religion னு சொல்லுவாங்க. But the point is that one way or the other, every religion gives you the answer of evolution. நான் சொல்ல புரியுதா? That's why he came up with this theory. ஆனா this is what is concept of creationism னு சொல்லுவாங்க. நான் அத I will give it as a notes I will give it next class. இதெல்லாம் next class. Today is going to be a discussion. Darwin na yaru, everything we'll discuss and we will end the class. You go and check on the Ember and Ember book la the 3rd chapter and see whether you like it. Then next class la irundhu I will dictate notes. I will go towards the exam. Today it's general. Ipo religion na enna, all this is syllabus in the ipo for example look at this. You see here religion irukka, anthropological approaches to the study of religion. Are you able to see? Evolutionary, psychological and functional. Adhaadu why religion came, you give me a concept in evolutionary perspective, psychological perspective is what I was talking. Okay, this time this was asked as a question in 2025. The question this time was explain the evolutionary and functional aspect of religion. So what I was talking about is the same thing. You get this idea. I will connect it to the previous. See, that is the point. Our primary aim should be to discuss and analyze and get the points, then link it to previous year question. What they are asking is important. You get this idea? So the first point you understood, the pre-Darwinian is actually religion. The second is actually philosophical. Okay, first on the religion, then philosophical. Do you know this person? Do you know this person? Alexander's teacher. Aristotle was the father of so many subjects. That is, the meaning is that he was the first person to classify subjects into biology, botany, zoology. He classified. He had a library where he classifies everything. So he also was a person who gave this principle of evolution. And the evolution la, he is of a believer that see, when I dictate, I will give the word long. Ana today I am not going to dictate. Vena chuma idu vena you can copy it one by one. Adhaadu what is pre, you copy this pre-Darwinian. Where in the syllabus is it is? Please check it. 1 point. Look at it. 1.4b. 1.4b the topic. Today's topic is 1.4b. That's how you should write. From next class, previous year question da I will start. I will show you a question. See, today discussion nala I am not showing the question. Next class la I will show you the question. So this is how it will be. First you should write the topic, then you should write the question, then we should discuss the points. Okay, in that I am talking this pre-Darwinian. Okay, you get this idea? The pre-Darwinian la first is religion. First is religion. Idu vandu Usher. His name was the exact name and all next class la I will give. His name was Usher. He gave this concept that we evolved from 4004 BC. Meaning is that he is saying that the Bible says, so he is believing that the religion is the authority which has to give us the meaning of everything. Ashwini, idu yarunu paakringala? Phone. Okay. The second is philosophy. First is religion, second is philosophy. And the philosophy la, the primary person is actually Aristotle. He comes up with this theory of see, I am not spelling it correctly, teleology or something like that. He is saying that we evolved the way we are. அதாவது இப்போ Upanishad and things are giving this idea that you evolved. இப்போ Genesisல they give this idea that God came, river formed, plants formed, animal formed, then man formed. From the man's rib, women was formed. Everything is there. Everything detailedly given. but he is a person of a philosophy. He starts to analyze things and he comes up with this classification, and he sees many species. இப்போ he is called as the father of zoology and botany also. And the zoology and botany classifies. So cockroach is there, you are there. இப்போ for example, we also have this இது see அதான் point in the veganism I have seen this. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இந்த கொசுலாம் இருந்துச்சு, கொசு அடிச்சா ஓகேவா? வீகனிசம்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா தே கோ ஃபார் அனிமல்ஸ் லைக் பிக் அனிமல்ஸ், கவ், சரியா, டாக் அப்படின்னு. பட் ஆனா யூ ஆஸ்க் தேம் தட் யூ ஆர் ஹிட்டிங் அ மஸ்கிட்டோ, தே வில் நாட் ஹேவ் அன் ஆன்சர். ஏன்னா இன் ஹியூமன் பீயிங்ஸ், இது நீட்சே சொன்னது. நீட்சே இஸ் a philosopher. He says that in human beings the morality is designed by the aesthetics of things. புரியுதா? அழகா இருந்தா ஒரு அது உண்மை தானே. அழகா இருந்தா பாத்தீங்கன்னா இந்த விவேக் ஒரு படத்துல சொல்லுவாங்க, இந்த சென்ஸ் நம்ம ஒழுங்கா யாரும் தான் மாட்டோம். The point is that's true. Morality வந்து it will change. Okay, morality changes. அந்த பாயிண்ட்ல Aristotle also comes up with this theory that everything is arranged. So we are the pinnacle, he says. Pinnacle na, you know, pinnacle na, we are the ultimate. Everything is for our purpose. உலகம் பிறந்தது எனக்காகன்னு ஒரு பாட்டு கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? ஓடும் நதிகளும் எனக்காக, அதுக்கப்புறம் மலையும் எல்லாமே எனக்காக தான். Aristotle comes up with this theory. It's not MGR or in the song, எனக்கு தெரியல யார் அதை எழுதுனான்னு. But the point is that philosophy also comes up with this classification that there is a hierarchy of species. In that hierarchy, we are. It is also answering this question, like how we came. How we came na, we have been designed to come into this world in this format itself. Meaning is that we were not different before, we are not going to be different after, which is wrong. Correct? Ana it's a theory which comes up with this concept of இதுதான் வந்து GS4லயும் we can actually use teleology, in the sense that societyல you see that women na there is a purpose for them அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, men na there is a purpose, child na ஒரு purpose. He is the person who gave that. இப்போ father na he has to act this way, mother na he has to act this way. This distinction of women has to be there in the household came from him. புரியுதா? Before that also was patriarchal இருந்துச்சு, but he actually strengthened that. He in his book talks about two places. One is a public space, another is a private space. So he says that women have to be in the private space because it is their teleology. இப்போ இந்த hierarchy of speciesல அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணும்போது humans are the pinnacle. Humansல difference இருக்குல்ல, humansல he arranges women in the bottom, then slaves are there. So once you start having the habit of arranging people like this, you will start arranging accordingly. You will start feeling that somebody is lower to you. இப்போ நல்லா பாத்தீங்கன்னா இது வந்து you even today if you see, இப்போ Bihar chief ministerலாம் இருக்காருல்ல, இப்போ இல்ல, this was a statement made by Bihar chief minister Lalu Prasad Yadav இருக்காருல்ல, he made a statement, women na அது கிச்சன் தான். This is a statement of Aristotle. அவங்க கேள்விப்பட்டது இல்லையா? அவர் சொன்னாரு. இல்ல இல்ல அது நிறைய சொல்லுவாங்க. அதான் சி ஏங்க, இந்த பிரஜ்வன் ரேவால்னு ஒருத்தர் இருக்காருல்ல, இப்போ he was an MP-ங்க, MP பிரஜ்வன் ரேவால், do you know? அந்த பேரு அதான் அந்த கர்நாடகால whatever he did is absurd, but ஆனா he is an MP ஆனா convicted, but now anyways see அவங்க அப்பா பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர், அவங்க தாத்தா பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர், அப்பா சீஃப் மினிஸ்டர், யூ சி அதெல்லாம் வந்து பெருசாலாம் இல்லை. இட்ஸ் அ சிஸ்டம். நான் இன்னொரு ரொம்ப அதான் இன்னைக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ்லேயே சொல்லக்கூடாதுன்னுன்றது சொல்ல மாட்டேன், இன்னும் போக சொல்லுவேன். ரிலிஜன் இஸ் அ டூல் கிரியேட்டட் பை மென் டு கண்ட்ரோல் விமன். நல்லா பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தெரியும். ஆனால் விமன் தான் அதில் போய் விழுவாங்க. இந்த மண் சோறு சாப்பிட்றது, அங்க பிரதர்ஷனம் பண்றது, ஏன் யார் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு அந்த அந்த டிசைன் ஆஃப் இதுல பாத்தீங்கன்னா மென்னுக்கு ஏதாவது இருக்கு ஒரு which I do not know, நீங்க இருந்தா சொல்லுங்க. men have to do these things. புர்கா போடணும் அப்படின்றது மென்னுக்கு இருக்கா? மெட்டி வந்து மெட்டி மென் தான், ஆனா அதையும் மாத்தி விட்டாச்சு. இப்ப தாலி வந்து was for women. இப்போ தாலி விமென்னா அது என்னத்துக்கு? தாலி எதுக்குன்னு கேட்டுறேன். என்னங்க நீங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ் சொல்லிட்டேன், சும்மா ஜெனரலா பேசுவோம். யூ கோ பேக் ஹோம், ரீட் த 3rd சாப்டர் அண்ட் யூ வில் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் ஆந்த்ரோபாலஜி. ஃப்ரெஷ்ஷா யூ கம் பேக், ஐ வில் டிக்டேட் அண்ட் ஐ வில் ஆல்சோ ஹேவ் அது எனக்கு ஒரு வாரம் ஆயிரும். ஸோ சம் மோர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் மே கம். ஸோ அதை நான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடுறேன். ஸோ உங்களுக்கு ஐடியா வந்துடும், திஸ் இஸ் ஆந்த்ரோபாலஜி அப்படின்னு. திஸ் இஸ் ஆந்த்ரோபாலஜி. சொல்லுங்க, இது தாலி எதுக்கு கேட்டுறோம்? சும்மா என்ன ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்றோம்? ஷீ இஸ் மை ப்ராப்பர்ட்டின்னு. அப்போ ஷீ இஸ் அதான பாயிண்ட், ஷீ இஸ் மை ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி இல்ல? இல்லைங்க, உண்மைங்க. எதுக்குங்க தாலி கட்டுறோம்? நீங்களே புரிஞ்சு, தாலின்னு ஒண்ணு. இப்போ தாலி உங்களுக்கு தெரியும்ல, தாலி. சொல்லுங்க. ஓகே ஓகே. அப்ப இந்த பொண்ணும் அந்த காட்டுவாசிக்கு பிரசன்ட் பண்ணல எதுங்க? அதான் போத் சைடுல. ஆந்த்ரோபாலஜியில வி ஹேவ், நான் உங்களுக்கு இந்த வில் டாக் அபவுட் எக்கனாமிக் தியரி. ஓகேவா? யூ சி திஸ் எக்கனாமிக் ஆர்கனைசேஷன். எக்கனாமிக்ஸ்ல யூ சி திஸ் ரெசிப்ராசிட்டி. ஹியூமன்ஸ் வந்து reciprocity, redistribution and market, 3 principles are there. We operate based on this now. That is, see, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. It's a korangu phenomenon, correct? It is, we evolved from them. Okay, we are going to come towards that. We are going to talk about that, the behavior. Apana we should also give them la. The men also should give la. Actually we adha point ana adile evlo twist irukku parunga. The metti was supposed to be worn by men. Tali was supposed to be worn by the women. Meaning why அப்படின்னா, women should, இப்போ மெட்டி இங்க இருக்குன்னு வச்சு, இப்போ நான் வெட்டி வேறனா, இப்போ தலை குனிஞ்சு பார்த்தா மெட்டி தெரியும், தலை நிமிர்ந்து பார்த்தா தாலி தெரியும். ஸோ மென்னுனா தலை நிமிர்ந்து நடக்கணும். அதுலயே அது எவ்வளவு சூப்பரா பண்ணிருக்காங்க பாருங்க சிஸ்டம். யூ see this எதுங்க? ஓகே, அது ரெண்டும் இல்ல இல்ல, அதான் அது என்னன்னா அந்த சிஸ்டமே ஃப்ளாடு. ஆனா இப்போ மெட்டியும் இந்த சைடு போயிடுச்சு. மெட்டியும் இப்போ பாத்தீங்கன்னா மெட்டி ஆல்சோ இஸ் சம்திங் தட் விமன் தான் வேர். ஐ டோன்ட் திங்க் எனி, இப்போ ஐடென்டிஃபிகேஷன் ஆஃப் மென்னே இல்லையே, தட் திஸ் பர்சன் இஸ் மேரிட். ஐடென்டிஃபிகேஷன் ஆஃப் விமன் இஸ் தேர், கரெக்டா? இஃப் யூ வெரி க்ளோஸ்லி வாட்ச், அதான் நான் சொன்னேன், இது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ்ன்றதுலாம் சொல்லலை. இஃப் யூ வெரி க்ளோஸ்லி வாட்ச், ரிலிஜன் இஸ் அ டூல். அதான் நான் சொன்னேன், வி ஆர் sociology இதை அனலைஸ் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. sociology analyze the fact that the processes and principles that a religion has, maybe work our system is wrong. But if you go very deeply into analyzing the social systems, you will understand the meaning of it. Religion is actually trying to, if you see, once அந்த religion எதாவது பண்ணீங்கன்னா, இப்போ இந்த வாட்டி இப்போ அவர் பேர் என்ன, RSS, மோகன் பாகவத். Mohan Bhagwat, do you know? Mohan Bhagwat? No. RSS, do you know RSS? RSS is an Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh. Mohan Bhagwat says the women in India should have more than 3 kids. கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? இல்லையா? Pope also says that. நான் சொல்றது புரியுதா? ஏன் வந்து women in India should have 3 kids? அது ஏன் men director ஆகல? அவர் மென்னு. மென்னு வந்து how a woman should be. இல்ல இன்னொரு இது உங்களுக்கு see again அதான், I will speak blasphemous. ஆனா இது கிளாஸ்க்குள்ள தான், it's an academic discussion. Anthropology is a blasphemous subject. Anthropologyனால தான் so many things came up, அந்த thinking of equality, liberty and fraternity and things and all came by via questioning things. அதுதான் subject of anthropology. If I am teaching it in a boring way, I am not an anthropologist. You get this idea? Darwin, I'll talk about, maybe I'll give a break sometime and I'll talk how Darwin broke religion. Okay, I'll talk about that. But ஆனா இந்த பாயிண்ட்ல என்ன சொல்ல வந்து மறந்துட்டேங்க, ஏதோ சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தேன். டூல் டு கண்ட்ரோல்ல இந்த சென்ஸ் வந்து எதுங்க, RSS இருக்குல்ல, இந்த சென்ஸ் வந்து இஃப் யூ க்ளோஸ்லி வாட்ச், men say how a woman should be. Mohan Bhagwat is a man. Why should he say that women should behave like this? Or for example, நான் திருப்பி சொல்றேன், ஜக்கி இருக்காருல்ல, நான் திருப்பி அதான் சொல்லிட்டேன், blasphemous. It's going to be very very blasphemous. If you are follower of Jaggi, I'm very sorry. ஜக்கி கிட்ட போயிட்டு கேக்குறாங்க women எப்படி இருக்கணும்னு. ஜக்கி is a man. Why do you ask a man how a woman should be? I have no idea. See, I know my friends, family, mother irukanga ella irukanga. I have no clue what their bodily changes are. அவங்களுக்கு எந்த நேரத்துல என்ன அதை வந்து எப்படி நம்ம பண்ணிட்டோம்னா மூட் ஸ்விங்ஸ்னு ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டோம். ஆனா தட்ஸ் பயாலஜி. We are going to see the chapter called as அதுவும் இருக்கு. இந்த சென்ஸ் வந்து we have a chapter on இங்க பாருங்க relevance of menopause இதெல்லாம் இருக்கு. growth and development chapter. What are the hormones in our body, what helps in the growth, and what is this time the question was discuss menopause and its consequences. 10 marks question. இப்போ menopause இருக்குன்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். I have no clue what it happens. எங்க வீட்ல see, you would have seen people. Do you know what changes happens in the body? நீ சுத்தமா யாருக்குமே தெரியாது. ஆனா we decide the fact how somebody should be. Men. இப்போ ரிலிஜியன்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா போப் டிசைட்ஸ், இமாம் டிசைட்ஸ். இந்த சைடு மோகன் பகவத் இருக்காரு. Why is there no women deciding how they should live after 45 55 ஏதோ, which is not happening la? You get this idea. If you very closely watch, it has a patriarchal system aligned to it, but anyways, that comes from this. So that comes from this philosophy of a place where you should be, men should be here, women should be in the house, which actually comes from this philosophy of teleology and hierarchy of things. ஆனா இது எப்படி நான் இங்க லிங்க் பண்ணேன்னா, he gives this hierarchy of things. அப்போ ஸ்பீசிஸ்லாம் ஹைரார்கியா இருக்கு. ப்ரீ டார்வினியன்ல this is also one theory. First is religionல, second is pre Darwinian, third is see full name, everything in the notes I will give. இது வந்து third வந்து grand design. Today go and check the previous year question also, what they've asked about this. சரியா? I will also give regular test. So in that I would want you to write the names, whichever names I want you to write, I'm giving you. Other names you can skip. Okay, if I give a name or a place in anthropology, you have to write. Okay, so Pele was a person. He comes up with this. So point has happened. He comes up with this theory of a grand design. சரியா? Grand design na the world had entered 1600s lala. 1600s lala, world had entered this point of a concept called as Renaissance. Do you know Renaissance, Reformation, Enlightenment? இதெல்லாம் இருக்கு. So world history. இதெல்லாம் world history. What had happened to the world is that the world had come to a point where it அது வேணாமா? ஓகே, இல்ல ஏசி வேணாமா? இல்ல ஏசி வேணாமா? உங்களுக்கு இல்ல உங்களுக்கு ஏசி வேணாமா? இல்ல ஏசி போடட்டமான்னு கேக்குறேன். உங்களுக்கு இல்ல 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 அப்ப இங்க ஏன்னா அது கிட்ட. ஓகே, இல்லைன்னா இங்க வந்துருங்க. இங்க இருந்தீங்கன்னா யூ வில் ஹேவ் இல்ல அதர்வைஸ் இட் வில் ஃபீல் சார். பிரேக்கா? இல்ல பிரேக் இன்னொரு 2 minutes. ஓகே, அப்புறம் பிரேக் கொடுத்துறேன். நீங்க அது ஏன்னா அங்கதான் ஃபேன் வராது, அதுதான். சரியா? ஸோ point is that world comes up with this concept of this is Renaissance la. They come up with this concept that we are too much into religion. Religion now has to take a back seat. Meaning is that they come up with this theory that God created the world and let the world be in its own form. God will not tinker in the world. நான் சொல்ற புரியுதா? That is, God created the world and there will be natural laws to the world. Gravity, you know, Newton, do you know Newton is a person? 1700s la dhaan. This book was in 1700s. He comes up with this theory that anything falls now, before it was the act of God. Anything falls. But now science comes up with this theory that if it falls now, it is science. Ana whether God is there, na God is there. God is sitting there, not doing anything. இப்போ point என்னன்னா, that translate அது physical law, that translated into biology and saying that அப்பனா God created us, designed us, but let it be the way they want. The example that he gives is that let us assume that I go and I hit a rock. I know this rock has been there sometime along from the mountains, from the rivers, something. Okay, if you go and hit a rock, and the rock, so how did it come? Chuma. Igneous rock, anything would have happened. If I find this watch, how did this watch come? It is manufactured. Somebody has designed it. You get this idea? Pele gives this example now. He's saying that God is the watchmaker. How well they have designed our eyes. இப்போ நீங்க நல்லா பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஐஸ் இவ்வளோ பியூட்டிஃபுல்லா it is designed in a picturing way. It is capturing all the light, the body and everything. It is designed. This cannot be done without a designer. Somebody should have designed the way you want. அப்போ பாயிண்ட் என்ன தெரியுமா வரும்? கொஞ்ச நாள் கழிச்சு இந்த டிசைனரை யார் டிசைன் பண்ணா? கரெக்டா, சண்டையில போன கைப்புள்ளைக்கே சட்டை இப்படி கிழிஞ்சிருக்குன்னா சண்டை போட்டவன் உயிரோட இருப்பான்னு நினைக்கிற நீ அப்படின்னா, design when you do a human, then who designed that? Then that would have been a higher design. Then who designed that? You will keep on going. So God keeps on going in an infinite loop. Okay, but he comes up with this theory, grand design. Purida? This is so. One more is there, catastrophism irukku, but now okay, it's okay. Meaning is that they come up with this different theories and understanding of the world, which actually resulted in a lot of issues. In the lot of issues la enna avuna, ipo you see this, because of this starts a concept of, when you start saying that hierarchy, or chain of humans, then that means that black is higher, lesser than white, or I decide la. So you start having concepts as racism. Inga irukku parunga, we have a chapter on racism. How it comes na, pre-Darwinian explanation of somebody saying that a superior thing is there. So we are the pinnacle of evolution. If I say, see, I am the pinnacle of evolution, I am the god of the world, if I say na, that means other people are down me. Correct? So it gives rise to racism, and it also gave rise to colonialism. Do you know? All these pre-Darwinian theories gave a lot of negative aspects to this. So ipo point enna, idella were pre-Darwinian, but very very old. Now after this I will come and talk about this is what you should concentrate. Seriya? Ipo this is what we are going to talk. Look at this. Biological theories of organic evolution, pre-Darwinian. Correct? Organic evolution, idella philosophical and religious and other explanation of how evolution happened. The biological or the organic theory starts from this Lamarck. This also you should write as an answer, which is there in Ember and Ember book. I don't think any other book contains that. Notes contains, or some materials contain, they have just merely cut copy pasted from it. You read it from the book, you get this idea. The meaning of the whole purpose of anthropology should be not only to read and do things, you should also transform yourself as a person. UPSC transformed me. Actually, as a person, UPSC transformed me a lot. I started looking at things differently. I used to also be a person like patriarchal system. I'm also part of it. I used to be a person. See, even today that is there. Even today, நான் சொல்லியிருக்கேன், இன்ஸ்டா, ஆனால் அதுவும் கொஞ்சம் குறைக்கணுங்க. இன்ஸ்டாகிராமில் திட்டிகிட்டே இருக்காங்க. If you see, இன்ஸ்டாகிராம்ல வந்து திட்டும் போது எனக்குமே அது டக்குன்னு ஏன் இப்படி திட்டுறாங்க அப்படின்னு இருக்கு. ஆனா ஒன் பாயிண்ட்ல ஐ கோ பேக் அண்ட் திங்க் ஓகே கரெக்ட் தான், யூ ஆர் ஏபிள் டு ஃபாலோ. ஆனா சிஸ்டம் ஷுட் பி அக்செப்டிங் தட். பிரகாஷ் ராஜ் இதை சொன்னார் நினைக்கிறேன். இஃப் சம்படி இஸ் சேயிங் தட் we should sit them down and listen to what the problem is. We have been in this patriarchal system for a very long time. So what injustices happened, what has happened oda ஒரு volcanic eruption is what is happening right now. So we should listen. Ana if you think about it, nobody is ready to listen. I am also a part of it. Ana anthropology, when I read, when you keep on going deeper, இப்போ நான் வந்து பேச இந்த hierarchy of things, we will understand that it is not hierarchy, it is a tree of life. It is like from a single cell we have all branched. That means that all of the species are not hierarchical. All of the species are our cousins, brothers, sisters. The meaning will happen is that all of us are connected in this. Either we go down together or we uprise together. Okay, well, you get this idea? So anthropology, we should also change the perspective that you have about life and people. It should bring equality. Adhaan point IAS oda romba mukkiyamaanadhu. Ashwini, break எடுத்துக்கலாமா? Break அது. Okay, we will take a break and I will continue with this. Lamarck la irundhu I will continue. See, today explanation I will give for the whole thing. இது pause பண்ணிரீங்க. Okay. So I'll give an explanation for the whole thing. All this in pause பண்ணிரீங்க. The pattern of class timings and everything will be similar to this. I'll take 1 hour or something, then I will give a break, then again 1 hour. This is the pattern. So what happens is that at this point is where this person comes called as Lamarck. Okay, in pre-Darwinian, this person is the key significant point that you should note. This Lamarck is a person others were explaining as to philosophy and religion and things. Okay, but this person is where he starts to see that animals evolve, changes happened. What Aristotle said was everything came the way they are. You are able to understand? That is, how did humans come na? Yes, they came the way they are. How did dogs come? They came the way they are. But this person is where he starts to observe the pattern that dogs have come from something. Okay, they have come from something. Or giraffes, why did, this is the point he says, why giraffes must have come from something. Giraffes look like a zebra. Giraffes look like a small ruminant animal. Ruminant na grass eating animal, if you see giraffes. But how did giraffes happen? So he comes up with this theory that he says that there is an internal transformation fluid. He says that there is an internal transformation fluid. Elon, he's a French, okay, he's a French anthropologist. He comes up with this. Next class I will give idella eludano. Elon, okay, vital. The fluid is helping the animal grow in the direction of the environmental change. I'll say it again. The meaning that he see, others were explaining that this is how it came. Religion was explaining the way God designed. Pele was saying that there is a designer who is there, who has designed it well and sent it here. But he is now talking about, see, there is a change happening. You see, observe the change. There must be something which enables this change. That enabling factor he is saying is that Elon, that's the point. Transformational fluid. This you have to write. Transformational fluid, which enables the animal which is looking like this to transform itself to looking like that. So he is saying that maybe giraffes, at a point, trees' height might have grown. So you have to reach the trees. You are able to understand? So necks have to be increased. You keep on using something, it will keep on increasing in size. That's what he says. So you finally change into the animal that you have to be. You are able to follow? That is, the meaning is that environmental change happens. So, for example, let us assume that if you ask Lamarck whether humans can fly, can we fly? We can. If we can, we can. That's what he'll say. That is, let us assume that there comes a point that there is no floor. We have to, do something and fly off. That's how from dinosaurs birds evolved. Birds of today have evolved from dinosaurs. Land living reptiles were there, but at one point, maybe I will explain the sequence in a later class. At one point, there was catastrophism happening, that is destruction of the earth, and there was a point they had to go up. They have now gone up. So you see the birds which are there. Dinosaurs are there. Dinosaurs, you know that? No, Jurassic Park la paathirukeenga. Both are dinosaurs are birds oda ancestors. So if suppose the environmental changes, and what he says is that we have to use vital elan, okay, that transformative change which is there in everything, every animal is there, but according to that environment they will use or disuse. So if for example if we start flying, we will start using the things and disusing the things. This we will disuse, this will get reduced and this will get increased, so we will start to fly. See, we will not fly. We cannot fly. Maybe some other animal may evolve. I'm just saying this is what is the theory, and this is what is the first organic evolutionary theory, very significant theory. About trait evolves. And the trait la irundhu dhaan character and the selection la later solren. In the sense what has happened is that one particular trait now which was not there has been evolved into that animal and it will be passed on. Frieza, in the sense that once I acquire the trait, I will pass on the trait to the next person. That is the next generation. This is what is Lamarck. But this theory had a flaw. Okay, this flaw is what will be changed in Darwin's theory. Idam point. So this is what is the significant factor that we have to know in a theory. Ipo what is the meaning of evolution is that evolution says according to an environmental change, a particular trait gets selected and gets evolved into a character of the organism. Purida? Ipo we would not have that trait. Ana environment will necessitate that trait. Maybe for example, let us assume that at one point, have you seen the movie Water World? Have you seen Water World? Water World, no? Maybe you take that Water World. It is a doomsday movie where at one point only water will be there. Humans now. Only water will be there. So how the world is next, maybe after 100 years or something like this, doomsday movie. In that, if you see, they will start developing all the fins and things like that. But I do not know whether we will develop the fins. But if we go into the water, you know that our eyes actually gets irritated. You cannot swim in the water for a very long time. You have observed that. But why can the fishes swim like that? Develops a protective lens is there. Do you know that we have evolved from fishes now? Fishes, amphibians, reptiles and humans. So we have evolved from them. So we also should have that. See, have you seen this? இங்க ஒரு பாயிண்ட், இங்க ஒரு டச் பண்ணி பாருங்களேன். There is a point here. உங்க கண்ணில் பாருங்க, இந்த இடத்துல ஒரு டச் இருக்கும். That is that protective layer. நான் சொல்றது புரியுதா? அதாவது ஃபிஷ்ஷுக்கு ஒரு ப்ரொடெக்டிவ், தட் இஸ் கரெக்ட். யூ வில் ஹேவ் அ ப்ரொடெக்டிவ் லேயர். We don't have that. Why we did not have that na? Environmental change, we disused it. We did not use it. Now it has developed into a character and it has been there for you and me. What if sometime, if like water world, we again go into the water, this will again come. So that is what is the meaning of evolution. A trait gets selected. Ana in this theory, a flaw is there. That flaw is what this person came and solved. So what this person did, okay, what this person did was actually, in my interview, they asked me this question. Do you believe in Darwin's theory? When I went to interview, there was a minister. His name is Ashwini something. The minister's name is Ashwini. Okay. He said that Darwin's evolution is a hoax. It's not a true thing. So they asked me this question: do you believe in Darwin's? Our governor also doesn't believe in evolution. Do you know that? Governor, our governor, our governor, our governor, our governor, our governor, our governor. R.N. Ravi irkarla, he made a speech and said that Darwin la, why are you following? That's just a theory. Have you heard about it? என் ஃப்ரெண்டு இருக்கானுங்க, நான் ஆக்சுவலா ஆந்த்ரோ படிக்க ஆரம்பிச்சதே அவனுங்களால தான். They used to mock like it is just a theory. They believe the theory of avatars. கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? விஷ்ணு அவதார், மத்ஸ்ய அவதார். நீங்க என்ன சொல்றது? நாங்க அப்பயே அவன் அப்படிதான் சொல்லுவான். நான் சொல்லுவேன், நானும் ஹிந்து தான்டா டே. he has distinguished பாருங்களேன். சி, நானும் ஹிந்து தான், நானும் பிறந்தது ஹிந்து தான். ஆனா அவன் என்ன சொல்றான், நீங்க என்னடா சொல்றது? நாங்க அன்னைக்கே சொல்லிட்டோம். நீ என்னடா சொன்ன? ஜக்கி இருக்காருல்ல, ஜக்கி says that evolution concept Darwin gave now only. Adi Yogi said it in 15,000 years ago. யாருமே அவர்கிட்ட கேட்க மாட்டாங்க, யார் அந்த ஆதி யோகி, எப்ப சொன்னாரு, எங்க எழுதி வச்சிருக்காரு சொல்லு. நான் ரியலா சொல்றேங்க. ரெண்டு டுக்காட்டி ஓட்டுறாருங்க அவரு. காசு அவ்வளவு கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. நீங்க நல்லா பாத்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம எடுக்கிற கிளாஸுக்கு நம்ம எவ்வளவு கஷ்டப்பட வேண்டியதா இருக்கு. என்ன சொல்றாரு ஆதியோகி 15,000 years ago he gave the theory of. நீங்க என்ன சொல்றது? டார்வின் சொல்றது. ரெண்டு டுக்காட்டி. You get this idea? For a person who is throwing all this unscientific, unclaimed, stupid things, people support it. யாருக்கு அதிக சப்போர்ட்? இப்ப நான் சொல்றேன், நானும் நின்னு பேசுறேன், ஜக்கி பேசிட்டோம், என்ன அடிச்சு கொன்றுவாங்க. That's world. You get this idea? That's how the world is designed. That's how blasphemous Darwin's time was. You imagine now, if I say against Jaggi, I'll be stoned to death. You imagine the time Darwin was. At that time, if you say something against the religion, you will be burned to death. But he was not, he was afraid, but he was just a person who wanted to do something in life, which his father said that he is not going to do anything. Like every father, he was said that his father wanted him to be a doctor. So then he sent him to be a doctor. He went to become a doctor. But at that time, I do not know whether you know this. Anesthesia, anesthesia. Anesthetist is a very important job today. Anesthetist, okay? Without that, operations will not happen. They actually make a lot of amount equivalent to the surgeons who are there. They make a lot of amount. But at that time, no anesthesia and all. If I have to operate your hand, I will cut it and I will operate. What will happen? Pain will not pain. You'll shout like anything. Darwin's father wanted him, his father was a doctor, so he wanted to be doctor also, which he did not like. He ran away. Then he was like, இது எது உருப்படாது, சரி நான் இன்னொரு ஜாப் சொல்றேன், அதுக்கு போ. அந்த ஜாப் வந்து அப்போ வந்து clergy is like bishop சர்ச்ல. that also he did not like. புரியுதா? அப்போ எங்க உருப்பட போகுது, என்ன நாசமா போ அப்படின்னு விட்டார். அந்த பாயிண்ட்ல தான் Have you heard about this ship? Beagle no ஒரு ship. அந்த shipல captain will be there. அந்த captain வந்து wanted a person to talk. See, this was the time of சரியா? So what these theories have given up, these theories have resulted in racism, and I said இது என்னது colonialism. Colonialismக்கு you had to send ships to know different places. That's how you can colonize them. They have to know these places. So there was a ship called as Beagle whose primary job was to map the course. That is colonialism. How can I colonize you? I have to come and take over your land. For that I have to know where to land everything. You understand? இப்போ நம்ம நேவி இருக்குல்ல, we also do the reconnaissance mission. So we cannot just go and hit somebody. We have to first make reconnaissance. Where am I going to hit? Everything planned and I will hit. You cannot just hit. So there was a ship in UK called as Beagle who actually were in this pursuit of mapping the land. In this, the captain was there. At that time and all, now the point is that you can go anywhere, you have all the gadgets and things like that. But at that time, the captain's life was a very miserable life. Titanic, have you seen, Titanic, finally the captain dies. So the point is that at the time, the point of survival of the captains was very less. So in this ship, there was a captain. He wanted somebody to talk. So ஒரு job, talking. So Darwin took up that job to escape from his father, saying that வீட்ல இருந்தா திட்டிட்டே இருக்காரு, நான் கொஞ்ச நாள் ஊர் சுத்திட்டு வரேன் அப்படின்னு. He comes up with this. அதான் Beagle ship. சரியா? எம்பர் அண்ட் எம்பர்ல இருக்கு. Don't worry. இதெல்லாம் புக்ல இருக்கு. So he goes in that ship, and in this ship தான், so the ship starts from here. See, Darwin was from London. Okay, so from here he starts and he goes and he circles the world and comes back. So உலகம் சுற்றும் வாலிபன் கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? எம்ஜிஆர் படம். Okay, he was a உலகம் சுற்றும் வாலிபன். That is, he actually made an entire circle of life from 1831 to 1836. 5 years he spent in that ship. That's why I get angry at people when they say that Darwin's theory is just a theory. They think that there is no evidence. He just சும்மா ஒரு நாள் யோசிச்சுட்டு, அதான் இப்போ சொன்ன ஜக்கி சொன்னா யாரும் கேட்க மாட்டாங்க. ஜக்கி யாரும் கேட்கறாங்களா பாருங்க, எப்படி இவரு சொல்றாரு. பட் ஆனா டார்வின்ஸ் தியரிய இப்ப ஆர்.என். ரவி இருக்காரு. ஆர்.என். ரவி ஷுட் கொஸ்டின் ஜக்கி தானே. நீங்க யார் அந்த ஆதியோகி? யூ டெல் மீ தட் ஆதியோகின்னு தானே சொல்ல. ஒரு கவர்னர்ல ஐபிஎஸ் வேற, புரியுதா? Why is nobody even questioning him? Ana he is questioning Darwin, saying that it is only a theory. You are able to follow? That's because he does not want us to think. That is because Darwin was the person who broke this chain of hierarchy. I'll tell you how. So he goes in this, and in this he finds so many things. Idhula na first point na sollidren. Many things I will give in writing and things like that. First thing வந்து, he starts finding fossils. So many fossils. Not one, two. Darwin's theory is a theory. Theory na, it is actually a proven fact. In science, theory means proven fact. Ana we think that it is just a theory. It's a colloquial way of using. நான் சொல்ற புரியுதா? Theory, he has so many fossils. அந்த ஆளு ஒரு பிளேஸா goes and collects so many fossils. Let us assume that you have one areaல an animal, and you have buried skeletons very similar to that animal, but those skeletons are smaller or larger. ஒரு கிங் சைஸ்ல மவுஸோட skeleton you are observing. What you will think? There is a change. Aristotle is wrong. Aristotle said everything came the way up. Now you are observing change. So he is saying this is wrong. You understand human beings, we operate based on the information which is present today. Today, what and all we see as truth are things which is surrounding life. Nobody even questions that. இப்போ இது ஏன் இப்படி இருக்குன்னு யாருமே கொஸ்டின் பண்ண மாட்டோம். இப்போ மோகன், நான் சொன்னல, மோகன் பகவத் says 3 kids வேணும். Nobody questions it. Or for example, Jaggi, when it says, nobody questions them. நான் சொல்ற புரியுதா? ஆனா you think about the scientist. Scientists question பண்ணுவாங்க. Scientist வந்து he sees that fossils are going this way or this way. The same animal is in a different form. Something is wrong. Correct? So the first thing was this. Second is his friend Charles Lyell's book. Okay, உங்களுக்கு எத்தனை மணிக்கு போறோம்? ஓகே, ஏன்னா கொஞ்ச நேரம் ஆகும் கொஞ்சம். ஓகே, Charles Lyell. Okay, interviewல they asked this question several times. Why should you read a book? Why should somebody read a book? Na Charles Lyell's book is what gave the principle of evolution to Charles Darwin. That is, he wanted to go in the ship and he was a friend to the captain. His name was Fitzroy something. Okay, captain's work is too much, so they have to take care of the ship and something like that. Other times he was involved in collecting fossils. Then he was involved in reading. He read the book. So he was his friend. So he gave the book that I have written this book. The Charles Lyell's book is a geography book, geology. Like geography and anthropology are connected a little bit, Meaning is that, like how I said, animals came just the way they are, Aristotle said, mountains and volcanoes and continents, they believe that it came just the way they are. Today, do you know a concept called as plate tectonics? Plate tectonics meaning is that we were not in the same position that is there in the map today as in 200 million years ago. Meaning is that we have changed, but geography or geology believed that it was the same. You are able to follow? Aristotle not only had an impact on biology, also had an impact on geography as well. They believed that the continents, the God gave the same way, mountains the same way. But it is not true. That Charles Lyell writes. இது ஜியோகிராஃபில சிலபஸ்ல இருக்கு, பிளேட் டெக்டானிக்ஸ்ல இது சிலபஸ்ல இருக்கு. பட் ஆனா this bookல he comes up with this theory that continents move. Sorry, not continents. Mountains creates, destroys and are moving up and down. It's not uniform. Mountains did not come and Andes or Himalayas did not come and the way they are. They will be destroyed. இவர் அவர் பேர் என்ன, விஜய் சொல்றாருல, ஜெயிக்கிறவன் தோப்பான், வாழ்க்கை ஒரு வட்டம், வாழ்க்கை ஒரு வட்டம்ன்றத கண்டுபிடிச்சவர் இவர் தான். ஓகேவா? மீனிங் இஸ் தட் சம்திங் கம்ஸ் அப்னா இட்ஸ் நாட் கோயிங் டு பி அப் ஃபார் ஆல் த டைம். யூ ஹேவ் டு கம் டவுன் அகைன். ஆனா யூ திங்க் அபவுட் இட், கேன் ஐ அப்ளை திஸ் பிரின்சிபிள் டு பயாலஜி? இப்போ ஐ எம் ரீடிங் திஸ், மவுண்டன்ஸ் ஹேவ் நாட் பீன் ஸ்டேஷனரி. அப்பனா ஹியூமன்ஸ் ஷுட் நாட் ஹேவ் பீன் ஸ்டேஷனரி இல்ல? Or animals and plants and other living organisms cannot be stationary. This I find out from my friend's book. Chariya? And the third, this is what you would have. Galapagos Island, have you? Adha idu onnu da solluvaanga. Ana he had so many things done. And the Galapagosla, the Darwin's finches nu onnu irukum. They give evidence for this. No, actually so many things Darwin did. Not 1 or 2 or 3. See, ஒரு பாயிண்ட்ல before Galapagos is somewhere here, so okay, Pacificல இருக்கு. But ஆனா before this I will tell you, Darwin இந்த ஏரியால, okay, Valparaiso னு ஒரு, we go back, Chile, have you heard Chile? Chile in there is a continent, sorry, country. There is a country. If you see in the Chile will be this area is called as Ring of Fire. In plate tectonics it comes. In the mountainous region is formed because of convergence of plates. Because of this, this is a highly earthquake prone zone. Darwin one point will be climbing, the ship will be here, and he will be climbing the Andes mountain. During the climbing, earthquake comes. Charles Lyell never saw an earthquake, never saw a volcano. He is theorizing the phenomena that it could not have been the stationary. Darwin viewed that. He has written in his autobiography or the journal saying that I saw the land moving beside my leg. Then that means that this world has not been stationary for a very long time. He has noted in that thing. Okay. இப்போ தியரின்னு சொல்றாங்களா, தியரியில் he has observed. அவருக்கு அப்புறம் பாயிண்ட் என்னன்னா, he comes up, அப்போ ஷிப் கிளம்பிடும்னு ஒரு பாயிண்ட்ல he comes and he observes that the coast has lifted. மெஷர், அதான் அந்த ஆள் வந்து நம்ம சும்மா நினைக்கிறோம் 5 வருஷம் அந்த ஆள் வேலையே இதுதான், ஒரு இதுவும் பண்ணல. he has seen that it is, இப்போ லிஃப்ட் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? சேஞ்ச் ஆயிடுச்சு. சேஞ்ச் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? சேம் திங் கேன் அப்ளை டு இது. அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் he comes in Galapagos. அந்த Galapagosல தான் you would have seen this, you would have heard about it. ஆனா not only this, he sees tortoises. Recently on the Darwin tortoise, the tortoise that was alive when he went died recently. Okay, well, point is that he sees so many animals. He actually does not make any conclusion. He collects the sample and sends it to his friend. Now he does not comes up with any conclusion. Now he acts as a person who is a collector and a friend to the Captain Fitzroy. Basically he does that only. Now the point is that after this, see, after this he gives he studies coral reefs also, which is actually not in our syllabus. Geography syllabus it is there, but maybe next class I will explain what he said and all. But then finally he reaches home. And from 1836 to 1859, he spends the entire time in journaling and understanding evidence by evidence to prove his theory. For 5 years he collects all these things. For 20 years he studies that. 20 years he goes thread by thread. See, minutest factor and all he checks, talks to so many of the scientists. Ornithologist, do you know ornithologist is birds? So this finches he does not comes up with this theory that finches and the idhula enna, it's very simple da. Each island will be there, each island will have a finch different. Some will be broad, some will be small. Initially he classifies these birds as different species and sends it to his friend. His friend is an ornithologist. He notes the fact and says these are not separate species, they are the same species with different changes in their characters. Now you see it here. Environment changes, use, disuse. See, you leave this part, a trait arises, same way you are observing here. Environment is different, you want your trait to be different so that you can take the seeds as, see, the beak is because of seeds. Okay, you have to take the seeds, then only you'll survive. So he thinks, his ornithologist friend says that, see, these are not separate species, they have derived from a common ancestor. So now because of this, the following findings he makes. In the 20 years, the findings that he makes is that first finding is a different thing, but Anna I'll say Aristotle says hierarchy of animals. Anna he finds out it is not hierarchy, there is a பூன்னு சொல்லலாம், பொய்ப்பம்னு சொல்லலாம். But the way you say things makes a lot of change. Is there any change between saying that the animals have been hierarchically arranged and animals have common ancestor? Is there any change in this? இதுல ஏதாவது டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கா? நான் சொல்றது புரியுதா? Animals have been arranged in this way. I'm saying arranged, okay, ஆனா animals have a common ancestor. what change happens? In the perspective of seeing something, how these two words change. Or for example, I'll tell you this. If I say global warming, what do you feel? Heating of earth. If I say climate change, which is potent? Actually, global warming should be the word that we should use. Climate change was the word marketing companies started to come up with this concept that if I use global warming, it is alarming. Global warming, it is alarming. You will try to do humans will try to do something to reduce. But if I say climate change, we will become complacent and climate change happens. Change in climate will happen. Correct? Global warming da irunduchu. Adha vandu climate change nu maatnaanga. Same way, if I say hierarchy of animals and common ancestor will look the same, but they are different. Common ancestor signifies the fact that all the animals have been derived from one ancestor. We are not in an hierarchically arranged fashion. No animal is greater or no animal is less. Tomorrow I am there today. I am in the veganism concept la adha odane enna varuna ஏன் அப்ப நான்வெஜ் சாப்பிடுறீங்க அந்த மாதிரி வரும். இப்போ எல்லா அனிமலும் சேம் தானே, இப்போ நான்வெஜ் ஏன் சாப்பிடுறீங்கன்னா இட்ஸ் அ சைக்கிள் ஆஃப் லைஃப். டுமாரோ ஐ வில் பி டெட், மை செல்ஸ் வில் பி ஈட்டன் பை ஆல் த சாப்ரோஃபைட்ஸ் சொல்றாங்க தெரியுமா, பாக்டீரியா மை இட் வில் கோ. நான் சொல்றது புரியுதா? த சைக்கிள் ஆஃப் லைஃப் இஸ் தட். நிறைய பேர் இதை சொல்லுவாங்க வீகனிசம். நான் இதை சொன்னேன்னு வச்சுக்கோ, காமன் தானே, அப்போ ஏன் நீ வந்து மீட் சாப்பிடுற? கான்செப்ட் என்னன்னா, அந்த மீட்டை ஐ எம் ஈட்டிங், I will live for some time, then I will die. My cells will be taken up by the saprophytes and the microorganism in the soil, which will be given to the plants, which will be eaten by the same animal. Goat, இப்ப நான் goat நான் சாப்பிடுறேன்னா அந்த goat இப்ப நான் என்னையும் சாப்பிடுமே. இப்ப இருக்கிற plants இருக்குல்ல, உங்களுக்கு அது தெரியுமான்னு தெரியல. All the இது நான் சொல்லியிருக்கேன், all the cell and water molecules is made up of something called as an atom. தெரியுமா? அந்த atom had been made 14 billion years ago. We are just recycling. I am there, tomorrow I will not be there. The same atom will be going to somewhere else. The atoms that I have has come from somewhere else. சொல்றது புரியுதா? So there is a cycle of life தான். இப்போ காமன் இந்த ஹையரார்க்கியில அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணும்போது தான் this animal is better than this animal is looking good, this animal is bad. காமன் ancestorன்னு சொல்லிட்டா snake is our ancestor, banana tree is our ancestor. All the things are in ஒரு tree like form. This he finds out. இந்த பேட்டர்ன் வந்து இப்போ இது எப்படி சேஞ்ச் ஆகும் பாருங்களேன். இதுல தான் டார்வினை வந்து you should understand. I said that phenomena gave rise to hierarchy and racism. If I say that we are from the same common ancestor, whether you are black or a white, you are the same. You cannot have superiority over me just because your skin is a white skin. Can I say that? He broke that. நான் சொல்ற புரியுதா? He broke the phenomena that world அப்பதான் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிச்சு. ஏன்னா 1850 have you heard about this concept in history called as white man's burden? White man's burden na Britishers came and colonized us. They gave the theory that it is our burden to civilize you. But Darwin's theory says you and I have been evolved from the same species. Then who the hell are you to civilize me? Will I ask that question? You see history starting in India, Indian Renaissance. History have they taught? History படிச்சாங்களா? The Indian Renaissance have you heard about Rajaram Mohan Roy? Rajaram Mohan Roy year தெரியுமா? 1835. That is when this person goes in this pattern of beagle. The world climate itself changes in 1850. நீங்க புரியுதா? 1857 we had the first revolution. We may see these things as very different things. The way humans operate is we are all clubbed by ideas. அது தெரியவே தெரியாது. அதான் சொல்றேன்ல, அதனாலதான் which idea should conquer you, you should choose that. எல்லா ஐடியாவையும் கான்கர் பண்ண விட்டோம்னா இப்போ ஜக்கி தான் will be the person. See, now he is a very big fellow. I hope in 100 years people realize that these fellows are just fake, you know. அதுல பாத்தீங்கன்னா he does not have any scientific things. You know how many people அதுல போய் காசு கொடுக்குறாங்க, you know. I have seen so many people write their house down and give them as an, அங்க போய் உட்கார்ந்துப்பாங்க. அங்க போயிட்டு அது ஏன் தெரியுமா, அதுக்கு ரீசன் தெரியுமா? Why do they do that? Why do they do that? We as a human cannot accept what is real. We always are thinking something is ahead of us. Today is actually mundane. Mundane, do you know? It's boring. Now first என்ன ஆரம்பிச்சேன், get accustomed to a life of boring. But ஆனா போர் அடிக்குதுனாலே ஐயோ ஏதோ செய்யணும். If you think like that, you will keep on chasing things. அதனாலதான் சொற்பொழிவுக்காக எல்லாம் கேட்க போறாங்க. You are sitting at somebody who is actually, அவர் என்ன பண்ணுவார் தெரியுமா, சரியான ஆளுங்க அவரு. அவர் என்ன பண்ணுவார்னா, have you seen சதுரங்க வேட்டை? சதுரங்க வேட்டை? நோ. சதுரங்க வேட்டை, சதுரங்க வேட்டையில ஒரு டயலாக் இருக்கும் தெரியுமா, ஒரு ஒரு விஷயம் சொன்னா அதுல பொய்யில கொஞ்சம் உண்மை கலந்துருக்கணும். What he is saying will look like a truth. What he is doing தெரியுமாங்க, கொஞ்சம் சயின்ஸ்ல இருந்து குவாண்டம் பிசிக்ஸ்லாம் he is taking. அந்த குவாண்டம் பிசிக்ஸ் எல்லாம் he is taking, அந்த பிசிக்ஸ் எல்லாம் he is bullshitting into his own words. நீங்க நல்லா பாத்தீங்கன்னா கான்ஷியன்ஸ் அப்படி இப்படின்னு எதையாவது ஒரு யுவர் பிரெயின் இப்படி ஆனா உள்ள பாத்தீங்கன்னா அந்த கண்டென்ட் வந்து ஹிஸ் கண்டென்ட். யூ ஆர் ஏபிள் டு ஃபாலோ. இத he broke, இத டார்வின் broke. சரியா? அப்புறம் பாயிண்ட் என்னன்னா, he also started saying that life evolves. For example, he started, இதுல he came up with this. இந்த ஃபைண்டிங் எல்லாம் ஒரு 5 ஃபைண்டிங் இருக்குங்க. He comes up with this theory. இப்போ so in the fossils எல்லாம் when he saw life evolves, இப்போ இட்ஸ் நாட் ஸ்டேஷனரி. இது ஸ்டேஷனரின்னு சொன்ன ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிரியேஷனிஸ்ட்லாம் இருக்காங்கல்ல, ஸோ தே வேர் சேயிங் தட் காட் கிரியேட்டட் திஸ். ஸோ ஹி பிரேக்ஸ் தட். ஹி சேயிங் தட் நோ, லைஃப் இவால்வ்ஸ். லுக் அட் த ஃபாசில்ஸ், இட் இஸ் சேஞ்சிங் இன் பேட்டர்ன், இட் இஸ் நாட் ஸ்டேஷனரி. அண்ட் இப்போ பேலே ஹி செட்ல, பேலேன்னு ஒரு, டிட் ஐ யூ ரிமெம்பர் ஸ்டோன் ஒரு வாட்ச்னு ஐ செட்ல, watch. Pele said that what he read that book also, and he was like some designer must be there. Ana he makes that designer as nature. What for Pele and others was the designer was God. Ana for Darwin the designer is nature. Nature sculpts you in the way that it wants. If it wants you to be accustomed to this temperature, it will sculpt you accordingly. If it wants you to accustomed you to the cold climate, it will accustom you to in that direction. That's why in Tamil Nadu you have a dark skin. Then you will have a white skin in the temperate region because it is a cold climate. So he is breaking the fact that racism is false. இப்போ டார்வின்ஸ் தியரியை நம்ம எவல்யூஷனரி தியரி தானே பார்ப்போம். ஆனா இஃப் யூ பிலீவ் தட் நேச்சர் செலக்ட்ஸ் அக்கார்டிங் டு த என்விரான்மெண்ட் தட் இட் வாண்ட்ஸ் டு ஹேவ்னா, that means that you are having a different kind of an environmental feature. You will have a different feature la. அப்பனா nobody is above and below anybody. Do you understand? அப்போ this is அது இங்க உட்கார வச்சிடுறீங்களா? அங்க ஒரே நிமிஷம் உட்கார. Okay. Okay. So the way nature wants, it will sculpt you. So he has broken literally every aspect that held human beings for a very long time. This is the scientific principle, and what he said and how these principles are, maybe next class I will give you in writing, but this is what he made, and he has so many evidences. He collects so many evidences. For example, I will tell you one evidence is that you and I have the meaning that why everybody accepted the fact that life came the way they are is because nobody sees the change that is happening in evolution. Have you seen evolution in your eyes happening? No. Have you seen evolution in your eyes happening directly? Social media. Evolution is biological terms. The trait that I was saying is not sociological. Sociological trait, same you can see for sociology. But Anna, the biological trait, have you seen it change? Cockroach, in what way they have changed? The point is that, have you seen that? Or for example, have you heard about something called as a BT cotton? Bacillus thuringiensis cotton was for some fungicide or some pest which was attacking the cotton. They had this BT cotton, and that BT cotton destroyed that pest. But now they say that it is not destroying it. Have you seen that coronavirus which was there? First wave came, second wave came, we made an injection, then third wave came. Again the wave keeps on coming. Why? It keeps on evolving. It keeps on evolving in a different pattern, in a way that it can actually invade your body. AIDS virus, that's why we are not able to find any medicine. AIDS virus keeps changing in its path, every time it keeps changing. As and when it goes to the other host, it keeps changing. So evolution, we may not observe it, but it is happening. That he sees. One more which he sees and writes as the first chapter is artificial selection. Artificial selection, I will give you this example and we can end this class. Dogs இருக்குல்ல, where have the dogs come from? இதுங்க dogs இந்த இருக்குல்ல, dogs இருக்குல்ல, it has evolved தானே. The dogs of today have evolved from the wolves of yesterday. The point is that at one point they come and nature did not select. We selected a trait. Let us assume 10 wolves are there. We select the wolf which is actually docile. Docile na, which is actually friendly to us. Which will actually have ears not pointed this way, droopy ears, droopy eyes. Have you seen the eyes of wolf? Actually it will be piercing. But have you seen the eyes of a dog? It will be loving. You understand the point? Humans, as humans, we have selected them and they have evolved into a different species now. We have selected them. How we selected na? We selected this trait, then becomes a character, then becomes a species. You get this idea? So life keeps on evolving is what he comes up with this theory. See, I have actually anti-resistant drug, antimicrobial resistant drug, have you heard? These are all evolution in action. In everyday life, this keeps happening. This is what is, see, after that, post-Darwinian is also there, but I will conclude with this. We have seen for example, we have seen what is evolution. Ember and Ember, chapter 3. Today, whatever I spoke, you go and check it. The details from religion, Aristotle, grand design, everything in that. So these are all pre-Darwinian. From that point, there comes a theory which actually gives a little change in the way that they observe. But now we have to see what is the difference between both are saying the same thing. Environmental changes, nature selects, and you start having what is called as a different species. But what is the difference between this person and this person? We have to check. You are able to follow? That person gave rise to Elan or Vital or something like that, but he was also into the point. Correct da. Ana, there is a minute difference in the way that he perceives change and he perceives change, which should be seen in the next class, which you study and come. Maybe I will explain it. Any doubts in this? Any other doubts? Recent edition you get. Whichever edition which is there, I will put the edition which I have, which is an older version. That also is enough. Shall I check and say? Latest edition, I'll check and say. Peanut also, I'll check and say. Both these things, Amazon, you can purchase it. I'll put it. See, understand this. This is where the notes make a lot of noise. We go and we have to first understand these things. That's why I made an effort to explain these things. You go and read. This is a one chapter, some 5-6 pages in Ember and Ember. 6 pages will explain the entire thing that I said. You read it. Okay. Points I myself will give. I'll write and give you all these things relevant to the question which is there. We will discuss that next class slowly. See, and one more thing, give me some time also. I am the only person teaching for many different batches. You give me some time. I will make sure that you entire portion of anthropology you make a complete understanding by the end of December. Chariya? You give me that leverage, I will do that. Chariya? Any other thing that you wanted to have? Any other thing regarding this? The tree of life evolves, and these are the phenomena. And see here, Malthus, many other scientists are there. I do not have time, so I have to go talk. So once next class starts, next will be Saturday. So next class starts, I will give the entire thing one by one. We will see. One important thing I will say, Darwin can also be wrong. I will end with that. The point is that R and Ravi attacked Darwin. So yeah, I cannot support that. But Darwin cannot be right all the time. For example, interesting theory. You go home and think about it. Why do you think that mainly men, and the smoking habit இருக்கும் தெரியுமா? Smoking habit, smoke பண்றாங்கல, அது கெத்துக்கு தான் பண்றாங்க தெரியும்ல. அதுல எரியும். அதை ஏன் கெத்துக்கு பண்றாங்க? I will end with this. இது வந்து இது எங்க கனெக்ஷன்னா, இது டார்வின்ஸ் தியரியில கனெக்டடா இருக்கு. நான் சொல்றேன் ஏன் பண்றாங்க. சும்மா இருக்க முடியும். அது பாயிண்ட், அந்த இது இருக்கு. அதாவது humans are a species who cannot accept reality. I'll tell you 3 facts. Reality accept பண்ணாம தான், ஒன்னு either they go behind religion. நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா கடவுள் 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 கடவுளே எல்லாம், நீங்க அந்த பாட்டெல்லாம் கேட்டீங்கன்னா, மண்ணானாலும் திருச்செந்தூரில் மண்ணாவேன். ஏன்னா the point in that, நீ தான் எல்லாமே. You are the sarva vallamai. Whatever you say is the thing. Why do they do that? Reality is scary. If you come to reality, you have to accept the phenomena which are happening here, which our brain is very scared. The second is they drown themselves with alcohol. அது ரியாலிட்டி. நீங்க நல்லா பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஆல்கஹாலிக் இருக்காங்களே, அவங்கள பார்த்தா நம்ம பாவம் தான் படணும். That is because they are not ready to accept. ஏன்னா அவங்கள ஒரு நாள் நீங்க கேட்டு பாருங்களேன், எனக்கு குடிக்காம தூக்கமே வர மாட்டேங்குது. ஏன்னா நீங்க குடிக்காம இருந்தா, இப்ப எனக்கும் தூக்கம், உங்களுக்கு தூக்கம் வருது, எனக்கும் தூக்கம் வராது. இஃப் யூ சி, இன்னும் கொஞ்ச நாள் யூபிஎஸ்சி படிச்சீங்கன்னா இன்னும் தூக்கம் வராது. ஓகே, ஆனா அதுக்குன்னு திஸ் இஸ் நாட் த திங். ஏன் அப்படின்னா, சும்மா இருந்தா நீங்க யோசிக்கணும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நான் சொன்னேன் தெரியுமா, யூ ஷுட் பி ஃபீலிங் போர்ட் அண்ட் ஸ்டஃப். யூ ஷுட் ஸ்டார்ட் திங்கிங், அண்ட் தட் திங்கிங் வில் லீட் யூ டு வை யூ ஆர் தேர். எதுக்கு பிறந்தோம், என்ன பண்ண போறோம், வந்துதான் ஆகும். ஆனா அதுக்கு நான் ஒரு ரவுண்ட் அடிச்சிட்டேன்னா it will go off. நான் சொல்றது புரியுதா? லைக் தட் ஆக்சுவலா ஸ்மோக்கிங் இஸ் ஆல்சோ ஃபினாமினா வேர் யூ எஸ்கேப் ரியாலிட்டி. ஆனா அதுக்கு இன்னொரு கல்ச்சுரல் ஃபினாமினா, பயாலஜிக்கல் ஃபினாமினா இருக்கு. டார்வின் சேஸ் இட் இஸ் பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் செக்ஷுவல் செலெக்ஷன். என்ன அதான் சொன்னால, டார்வின் cannot be right all the time. He gives a theory called as sexual, இது natural selection மாதிரி sexual selection. That is, he says that, next classல I will show you all the, ஒரு birdலாம் இருக்குங்க. He gives an example of a bird. அந்த bird எப்படின்னா, male bird will build a very good nest. The female bird, next class I'll show you video. The female bird comes and selects, okay, this house is good, this house is good, this house is good. What Darwin says is that the house that the female bird selects gets propagated in the gene out. சொல்ல புரியுதா? இது வந்து his theory. இது எப்படி இந்த ஸ்மோக்கிங்ல கனெக்டட்னா, நீங்க யோசிச்சு பாருங்களேன், ஒரு பையன் ஸ்மோக் பண்றான்னா he is ingesting toxins. டாக்ஸினை இன்ஜெஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இவன், நீங்க வடிவேல் கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா, நான் எவ்வளோ குடிச்சாலும் ஸ்டெடியா இருப்பேன் அப்படி. அதாவது இவ்வளோ குடிச்சும் இவன் ஸ்டெடியா இருக்கான் அப்படின்னா ஹிஸ் ஜீன்ஸ் ஆர் கரெக்ட். நான் சொல்றது புரியலையா? அதாவது ஹவு டு சி, இன்னைக்கு வந்து வி செலக்ட் பேஸ்ட் ஆன் சோஷியல் மீடியாங்க. ஃபாரஸ்ட்ல ஹவு டு யூ செலக்ட் சம்படி? நீங்க நல்லா பாத்தீங்கன்னா, அதான் அதனால தான் இந்த ரகட் பாய்ஸ் சாக்லேட் பாய்ஸ்லாம் கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? அந்த டயலாக் கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? ஏன் வந்து அர்ஜுன் ரெட்டியை பிடிக்குது? நீங்க நல்லா பாத்தீங்கன்னா அந்த படத்துக்கு சப்போர்ட் பண்ண பல பேர் பொண்ணுங்க தான். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அர்ஜுன் ரெட்டி அந்த விஜய் தேவர்கொண்டா வந்தப்போ பசங்க பார்க்கல, பொண்ணுங்க தான். அந்த படம் இஸ் ஒன் ஆஃப் த மோஸ்ட் டாக்ஸிக் மூவிஸ் ஐ ஹவ் எவர் வாட்ச்ட். இதை எப்படி உட்கார்ந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னு. ஆனா பீப்புள் லைக் தட், பீப்புள் இல்ல விமன். இது டார்வின் வாட் ஹி சேஸ் இஸ் தட், see அப்படின்னா அவன் சண்டை போடலாம்ல, காட்டுல யாராவது வந்தா என்ன காப்பாத்தலாம்ல. இது வந்து டார்வினோட தியரி. ஆனா அது ராங். ஆக்சுவலா போத் ஆஃப் தெம் செலக்ட். Men who select, women who select. It's not the way that Darwin had said. So Darwin can also be wrong. Darwin சொல்ல எல்லாத்தையும் ஏத்துக்கணும்னு இல்ல. திருக்குறள்லயே எதுலயோ ஒண்ணு இருக்கும், எது தேவையோ அது என்னது, எப்பொருள் மெய்ப்பொருள் காண்பது, எப்பொருள் யார் யார் வாய் கேட்பினும் அப்பொருள் மெய்ப்பொருள் காண்பது இது. அந்த மாதிரி the classes that I teach also can be sometime, you know, my views can come. நான் சொல்றது புரியுதா? டார்வினே தப்பா இருந்தா நானுமே தப்பா இருக்கலாம். I will change it when you come and ask me. I will change it myself and give you the things that in a different perspective. Okay? But Anna, think about it. In life, always question people. The R&D Ravila, நாளைக்கு நம்மளுக்கு சீனியரா தான் வருவாரு. But Anna, அப்போ question பண்ண முடியாது. Don't question him as an IPS officer. Okay? But do question people like him. Darwin's theory is important to us. Okay? We have to have Darwin's theory. Scientific theory and thinking is more important to India more than anything. If we go back to, இப்போ நான் ஒரு பாயிண்ட்ல பார்த்தேன், ஒரு மினிஸ்டர், அது I forgot his name, அது ஒரு some minister, okay, he has gone to a school, he has asked the students who was the first person flying. The students said that ஆம்ஸ்ட்ராங்லாம் சொன்னாங்க. ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் கரெக்டா, சின்ன பசங்க. இவர் சொல்றாரு ஹனுமான்றாரு. ஏன்டா, ஏன் உனக்கு நல்லா தானே இருக்க, மினிஸ்டரா இருக்க. You get this idea, he is a minister, he has so many facilities and things. You think about a child who will start thinking this is true. How will it grow? You understand the meaning of Darwin. Darwin is not only an image of evolution. Darwin is the point that has changed the world from its track of understanding perspective of life from religion and to science. Darwin took that and has given us this opportunity to think in a scientific way. அதனால தான் அவர் important. It's not only a theory of evolution. Shall we close? We'll see the rest of the things next class. Thank you. And is there any doubts online also? உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது டவுட் இருக்கா? வேற நெக்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ்ல வந்து we have to see the Lamarck and there is a change, ஒரு சின்ன சேஞ்ச் இருக்கு, அதெல்லாம் டீப்பர் பயாலஜி நெக்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ்ல நான் சொல்ல ஆரம்பிக்கிறேன். சரி, நெக்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ் பார்ப்போமா? இனி ஓகேங்க, தேங்க்யூங்க, ஆல் தி பெஸ்ட்.
Thank you, sir.